Josh, Providence, I'm telling you, I don't know what we're going to do with y'all. It is pouring down rain in sunny Florida. But nevertheless, not going to let it get us down. We are headed to St. Augustine, even in the rain. That's a Prevost. I think I just found heaven. Look at that trailer. So we made it all the way to Daytona Beach, and yes, the beavers are still invading over here as well, even in Florida. What can we say? And even through all these states, you know, they still have Texas barbecue. Ha! And yes, even in the great state of Florida, Bluebell ice cream, you know, made in Texas, y'all. What can we say? We will take over someday. They're everywhere. There are literally beavers everywhere now. Ooh, Jeep. Check that out, y'all. That's pretty cool. But not as cool as that. I want one. Look at that, man. Prevost bus with a matching stacker trailer. My God, my Jeep would look good inside of that going down the highway. Someday. Someday. St Augustine Lighthouse. Welcome to St Augustine, home of the Fountain of Youth. Must be why there's so many young people walking around here. Fort Matanzas is around here somewhere, but I think it's actually behind us.
Taqueria and tequila.
Tequila and tacos. There's a sign that says, Democrats stole it.
The one below it's even better. Yes.
That's hilarious. The Castillo de San Marcos National Monument.
Fountain of Youth.
Welcome to Ponce De Leon's Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park. Yes, this is supposed to be home to the Fountain of Youth. We will see. There is a lot of young people walking around here though, so they may be permanent residents. I don't know. But we shall find out. But anyway, it's a pretty cool park. And then we've been told wandering around here somewhere, they have just dozens of peacocks that just hang around the area. We shall see if we can find some of those as well. Welcome to the Fountain of Youth.
Right where that well is the exact spot where Ponce De Leon and his men would have been drinking from and supplying their ships with. It only went down 50 feet at that time, and we could bring the water up with a bucket. Today it has to go down over 240 feet, and we have to pump it back up. legend of the Fountain of Youth because it has been associated with one Ponce De Leon since about 1601. Tree trunks away from the well. That well that you see today is the same well in that black and white picture. Everything has been built up around the well and the cross.
That's pretty cool. That cross was unearthed while they were cleaning out around the fountain. And it is still laying in its original location and has never been moved to this day. There it is. The golden elixir of life. I know Virgil says it's beer, but Ponce De Leon thought that this was the eternal fountain of youth, as he discovered it as a water source approximately 1513, which is signified by the number of stones in the cross that was unearthed right here in 1909 and has never been disturbed since it was unearthed. It's believed that this cross was actually laid right here in 1513 when Ponce de Leon claimed this for Spain as part of Spanish lands, which are now known as Florida. Here goes, y'all. I'm going to wake up in the morning not knowing anything about life because I will be at least 1.2 seconds younger. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, cheers. Bottoms up. Here's to you, Ponce. May you live forever. Bam. Younger already. Do you feel younger already? Yeah, I was going to say, we'll all be crawling by morning.
I drank a whole cup of that shit. What you talking about?
Oh shit, Denise is going to be an egg. She drank a whole cup of it.
She an embryo.
She's not even going to exist after this tomorrow morning.
I'm like, this shit better work.
It is really cool though. They got a ton of exhibits around here. Planetarium, museum. Of course, the main attraction is the Fountain of Youth, obviously. The water tasted kind of earthy. That's what I would have to say. It does have a hint of like a sulfurish smell though. The lady in there was explaining to us that the aquifer level has dropped off so significantly. Obviously, I mean, Ponce de Leon discovered it in 1513. But, in the last 100 years or so, what they have recorded levels of the aquifer has really drastically fell off in water table heights. So they actually had to re-drill the well and re-enter it. It's still in the same exact spot, the same exact aquifer that it was originally discovered in 1513. So that spot is the original spot. But, however, with the aquifer being so low now, she explained to us that they did have to re-enter the well and they have to actually pump the water up now, whereas it will not flow naturally anymore like it used to. This is what happens when you start drinking from the Fountain of Youth. You start acting like a little kid again, and the next thing you know, they're running rampant all over the park. It's uncontrollable. Children. God. That's all right. We're going to have to go back and drink adult beverages so they can get back on their normal ages. There's supposed to be a cannon firing at 1 o'clock, so that's less than a minute. So let's see what happens. I don't know if that's on Ponce de Leon time or Eastern time or... It is really beautiful around here, though. I mean, the landscaping is amazing. Well, it is technically after 1 o'clock now, so they are late. No cannon firing at 1 o'clock. The site of the original church, I think they said somewhere around 1572 to 1573. And it was actually lost until approximately 1934 when a gardener uncovered, I believe what it said was some remains or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's on the original location. Yes, if you read online as well as once you get here to the park, there are actually signs everywhere. They are extremely pet friendly here, and they do actually have fountains of pooch set up everywhere so that your doggies can stay hydrated as well. One piece of interesting history is, as many have always been led to believe, that Christopher Columbus was actually the first person to set foot on what is now North America, which is not true. Ponce De Leon arrived here well before Christopher Columbus and actually claimed this land for Spain.
That was 2 ounces of black powder versus 2 pounds of the stuff. Trust me when I say 2 pounds of it's a terrible experience. You don't want to be anywhere near it. It hurts.
That was cool. 2 ounces of black powder versus 2 pounds. Guys, some of the oak trees are just amazing. There's no telling how old they really are. I mean, several hundred years old, obviously. It is a little hard to see from here, but that is the Atlantic Ocean out there. And there's a beach area out there, and there are actually cars parked on it. So we are going to figure out how to get out there to the actual Atlantic, so that we can actually say that we visited 2 major bodies of water on this very short vacation. But we're just standing here on the end of the pier here at the Fountain of Youth archaeological site. But some beautiful views.
What gives it its name is this concord right here called the match. It's going to burn very hot, very slow, about 1 foot an hour. Kill range for this gun is about 40 yards. It'll kill at 100 yards. Just don't know how accurate it would be. If I'm lucky, I could hit the palm trees right over there. This is not a rifle. They did have rifles in the 1500s, but they weren't for the common soldier. The reason why is the expense. A rifle costs about $5,000 to make, where an arquebus will be about $100 to make. Reload time, it's going to take about 5 minutes to reload a rifle. It's going to take about 45 seconds to load this gun. They do have one thing in common, they're all muzzle loaders. Everything will be going down the front, starting with the priming charge. Shake off any loose powder. Go off any loose powder. Take your mat. Cast your gun about. Take your chargers. This right here carries a pre-measured amount of powder, just enough to fire 1 shot. Pour it down the muzzle. Next, your shot. Either a solid lead ball or a linen bag full of BBs, turning it into a shotgun. After that, your wadding. Wadding in Europe would have been felt plugs dipped in oil. We're not using that here in the new colonies as much. The reason why? We don't want to cut up our own shirt just to fire it. So we're using plugs of moss instead. Grab a little from the trees, ball it up, put it right on top of your shot. Take your scouring stick, reverse it, run everything down. Make sure it's nice and seated. Return your scouring stick. Cast your gun about. Take your match, blow on it. Make sure it's nice and hot. I'm going to give 3 commands. Prepare it. Fulton, fuego, ready and fire. If you don't like loud noises, cover your ears. Let's see how this goes. Turn! Fulton! On the code. One. A good soldier can fire 1 shot every 45 seconds. They're required to fire a shot every minute. I want to thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you had a blast.
You're so pretty. Guys, that's it for us at the Ponce De Leon archaeological site. It is really cool. I think you could spend a lot of time here if you wanted to. There is a ton of history here about the Spanish. As you've seen, they have a lot of live demonstrations, the cannon firing, what they would have armed the Spanish soldiers with, which was what we would call a rifle, but it really isn't. They have live blacksmithing. And there's just a bunch of history stuff around here. So I mean, if you kind of dig the history of the states and everything like that, it's absolutely pretty awesome. It's about $20 a ticket to get in here. It is probably worth it, really and truly. It is really cool. They have the viewing tower you can climb up in, the pier that goes out over the water to look. So I mean, you could spend several hours here if you really wanted to go through all the history of everything that is here, and to be able to see all of the live demonstrations and such forth as that. So I'm gonna say pretty cool. Ponce De Leon's Fountain of Youth archaeological site. See you guys later. There she goes again, feeding the wildlife.
Ow! Okay, go have it. Do you have any recording?
This one right here is like, hey, I didn't get any. What the heck? I'm not even on the other side of the fence. I came right up to you and didn't get any. Yeah, watch this. They are really beautiful birds, though.
Look at him looking at me.
His feather markings are beautiful. We may see this on When Animals Attack later here in a second.
Is it?
This is Valano Beach.
Oh, that walk across.
You can't actually park on the beach here. There's nothing left over there to be able to park on. So you have to park across the street and walk over there. All right, y'all. So we just left out of St Augustine and we just came on north on A1A for like literally just not even a mile. And here it is. The Atlantic Ocean. We made it all the way to the East Coast. We can drive no further. So I can't help it. I'm gonna have to go down there in the freezing cold Atlantic Ocean and put my toes in the water. But I am not going to put my ass in the sand, though. But right now, I have no worries in the world at all. So we are going to enjoy the beach. This water is probably like 40 degrees. But we just got to say we did it. Ooh, that sand is cold. Woo! Oh, woo wee! Oh shit, that shit is cold. Woo! Woo! It's a little chilly. Refreshing. Okay. No, it is a bit chilly. Of course, you know, the Atlantic's chilly all year long, but I'm not going to drive 1,100 miles out here without saying I walked in the Atlantic Ocean. Actually, it's like they always say, once you get down in it and you can actually see your feet. So unlike the Texas Gulf Coast. But no, once you get into it, like they always say, I mean, it's really not that bad, actually. I don't think I'd want to take the plunge. But anyway, there it is. The Atlantic Ocean, y'all. 55 miles to the Bahamas. Take off. The sand is like completely different than it was in Pensacola Beach on the Gulf, though. It's real coarse, grainy, like almost rocky-ish kind of. Whereas the sand in Pensacola Beach was just powdery fine, but still very pretty. The beaches are really, really clean. They must have been adopted by East Texas Outcast, because we try to do our job in Surfside, Texas to keep our beaches clean. But that's it. I put my footprints in the sand. And they literally disappear immediately. Pretty good. Y'all have to pay to drive on the beaches here?
Yeah, it's 20, go till about 5:30.
Yeah. We're from Texas. We didn't know. So, anyway, we're only here for like 45 minutes. So can we just turn around?
Turn around, yeah.
$20 till 5:30. So it's $20 for an hour to drive on the beach in Florida. That's crazy, isn't it? Makes you do appreciate the beaches in Texas. But I did say I got to see the world famous Daytona Beach. There it is. World famous Daytona